Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This time let's continue my US career. Okay, so let's load it. Okay, I'm expecting some long flight over to Germany again.
Morning, boys. I hope you all have your coffee. This is going to be a long one.
Exactly.
Your assignment for today is
Berlin.
close escort.
Oh my
Final
god.
destination, Berlin.
Okay.
The bombers are being sent to destroy the aircraft factory located there. You'll rendezvous with the bombers here and escort them to their target. Be careful. German flak in this area is so thick you can walk on it. Mostly cloudy skies are predicted over the target area. That is all. Any questions? All right, gentlemen, let's go to work.
Okay, so there is a cloudy weather over the target area and it will be a really long flight. Usually I'm flying from here to here, but the Americans have to fly longer. Basically, they started to attack these German cities during the day, and it was very devastating for the German industry in the Second World War, and it greatly increases the, let's say, the Allied victory. So let's fly the mission. Okay, let's fly. I was just looking around the hangar, what's there on different places. So let's release the brakes. Oh, we have some fuel tanks. These were made from paper. This shape, from the front you can see it. They were made from a specified or some specific paper, impregnated with something, so not to leak the gas, but these were very cheap to make, basically, just because the normal fuel tanks made from aluminium, as you know, the aluminium was pretty expensive, and still it is. And on the other side, it's more harder to work with it than with other normal metals, for example the iron. So it's harder to do with it, it's harder to repair, and basically when the
leader, this is Colgate Control, Foxhole Flight, Vector 090, Angels 15, over. Copy that, Colgate Control, Vector 090.
when the pilots were jettisoning these fuel tanks over enemy territory, it was really expensive to do so. Therefore they invented such low-cost fuel tanks made mainly from the paper. There were some structures like the throttle, or how to say it, the mount on the top for the where you put fuel in, and the hole where you put the fuel out to the aircraft. So basically these were made out of some iron, maybe aluminium, but the body itself was made from the paper, impregnated with some, I don't know, some resin or something like that. So we are in a Mustang B variant, 4 machine guns in our wings, 4 50 cal machine guns in our wings, so not so great or impressive firepower. Okay, let's Let's activate the autopilot already. And let's use the time compression so we can enjoy this long flight over and rate over the Berlin. Basically it was the British, it was the Royal Air Force which started with the daily raids over Germany to destroy their factories, some I don't know, some train depots, some train stations, bridges, anything like this. But due to high casualties they stopped doing so. These high casualties were...
This is Foxhole Flight. Thanks for joining us. Over. This is Red 1. Copy that, Foxhole leader.
Thanks for joining us. Okay, the bombers are in front of us. And it's B-26, as you can see. So it's not B-24. We have to be more careful about this aircraft simply because these are not so durable and not unable to defend themselves as effectively as the B-24, for example, or the B-17. So definitely need to keep an eye on them and watch them carefully and help them more than we would help to liberators, for example. Okay, so these casualties for the Royal Air Force from the daily raids, daily bombing runs, were mainly caused that they didn't have like a good enough fighter with long enough range that could escort this bomber to the target and back. Basically, they were able to bomb the targets over the France with escort, but not over the Germany. And due to the high casualties, they moved their bombing runs to the night. So basically, it was a night raids, and during the day, it was the United States which took it, and basically they had like Lightnings and Mustangs to do some escorts, both of them with amazingly long distance, so they were able to escort bombers to the Germany and back without any problems whatsoever. So basically the Mustang was filled with the fuel in every corner. Basically it is said that every hole which was in the aircraft, every hollow space will be full of fuel, or was full of fuel. Therefore it was able to fly at such long distances without any problems. I don't remember the year or the date of this carrier when I'm now, but I hope I will be soon refitted by the D variant, which I like the most. It was the most beautiful aircraft of all times, basically. Maybe just the F-16 looks better now, but the Mustang was it was very similar to the F-16s. If you notice the canopy, for example, it's also the bubble canopy. There is an air intake on F-16s on a belly, on the down below the fuselage. Also here in Mustang you have it's not an air intake, it's the radiator on the belly, so it looks very similar, but the propeller is missing on the F-16s. So that's the only difference, just the propeller. So we are somewhere over the North Sea, and we are closing to the Belgium coast, but it will take more time just to reach that coast. This is a pretty long flight. And the other topic which I would like to mention is that I've reached the new milestone for me. It is 200 subscribers, so it's out of my mind completely. I don't know what to say about it. I was expecting like to have 20 subscribers for the rest of my life when I first started with this channel and decided to make some videos about some old games, old stuff, which you may or may not remember. So basically I was thinking that the world is not interested in something like that, that all you need to see is just, I don't know, some Fortnite, World of Tanks, World of Warships, I don't know, some Counter-Strike stuff, some Hogwarts Legacy and such stuff which you like, basically, or which is most popular. But I didn't think that some old games from the late 90s will be interesting for 200 people, for example. So it's completely out of my mind that someone looks at such old games and somehow enjoys it. So that's that's really amazing, and I'm surprised, and I appreciate all of you guys. I appreciate all your comments. Basically, that's pretty nice what you write to me. Especially some of you guys are very kind. You make me always feel better, even after unsuccessful missions like I had yesterday, for example, with Luftwaffe, when I collided into enemy aircraft 3 times, and one of my subscribers, Hubert, told me that I should be like kamikaze pilot because I'm so effective in shooting down the enemy fighters just by ramming them. So that's also the good tactics to be used. So guys, I would like to thank you all of you. I was thinking what kind of video to do for this let's say big anniversary for me, and just because I have like 26% of my subscribers are from the United States, that I decided to make something for you, some special. So I've decided to load my my American Carrier and fly in one of the best birds ever made, so you can enjoy the flight over the Germany. And I didn't expect that the game will treat me so well that I will be flying over the Berlin. So basically it's a really symbolic milestone when a Mustang is going to fly over the Berlin during the Second World War. So I didn't scripted it. it's a random event, random target. So it's nice that it's like this. So I'm really amazed about the amount of you which likes my channel, which who of you likes my videos, who of you hit the subscribe button. Still, that is like just 10% of my viewers, not enough, not even 10% of my viewers of my videos are subscribed. So please, if you are not subscribed, please do so. You will do me a favor. I will be really happy to see you guys, and I'm really looking forward to listen to your stories. Like, for example, some of you start playing these games. They are interested to try them, so they're asking me where to find these games, where to download them, how to install them maybe, or what hardware I'm using. So it's really nice to see such comments. Some of you were able to build some old machines, like some retro gaming machines based on Windows 95, for example, or 98, maybe even Windows XP. So always glad to hear such amazing stories that you start something like these retro projects with retro machines. That's awesome. just to play this game, these games correctly. Like for example the F-16's Fighting Falcon, which I'm playing currently on my channel, is running very fast on my computer. Therefore I'm thinking about going into the basement and find out my old Windows XP notebook and try to install it on this notebook and play it for you in a normal speed, so you can see how it performs, how the dogfight goes. How can you use, for example, the gun pot, because I'm not able to use the gun pot on the F-16, just because it's I'm unable to shoot precisely enough with the gun. So that's the reason. We are somewhere over Belgium currently, or maybe South Denmark. I don't know. I don't remember the road, but maybe Denmark is more to the north, and this is the Belgium, or maybe Netherlands. So I don't know. And we are maybe somewhere in the middle of our flight to Berlin. So we might expect some German fighters to be defending Berlin. Definitely, they wouldn't allow us to fly freely over their capital. So definitely there will be some air defenses on the ground and some fighters in the air. And this might be like really some kind hard mission, but hey, we are in a Mustang, so we are pretty okay. Mustang can handle every opponent basically. You are simply safe in this beautiful beast. You can fight even against Focke-Wulf 190s, for example. I'm still amazed how this games looks beautiful. The texture on the ground is repeating for sure. It's like some forests, some fields, some roads there, but it still looks somehow beautiful. It's a flat terrain. There is no no elevation in it, so definitely you won't see any hills, anything like this. It's just flat terrain, but it still looks beautiful in my opinion. And the flight model is really amazing in this game. You really feel like the aircraft, how it performs. You can feel when the stall is coming, so you can somehow feel your airspeed, your turning rate. I think that the flight model is the really what this game is beneficial from. It's really good. Also the gunnery, for example, the firing model, the shell trajectory is also good. The only bad thing which I think is here in the firepower is that the shells doesn't cross in the distance. Like basically when you fire from left wing and from your right wing as well, the shells should cross in some distance, for example, I don't know, 200-300 meters. It was up to pilots and their mechanics how to set up this crossing distance for the shell trajectories. It was based on the pilot's preferences, where he's where he prefers to attack the enemies. Whether it was close, for example, just 50 meters for some German pilots, for example, they were they were trying hard to get very close to the opponents, maybe to 50 meters, and then start their firing at them, and it was really devastating because all of the shells were able to hit the opponents because he was very close. But some of the pilots prefer 200 meters or maybe something like that. So it was adjustable. These guns, these cannons, or these machine guns, you were able to adjust the distance where the shell crossed its trajectory. So you can decide. This is not simulated here. So basically, the shells fly straight forward, and they do not cross. So that's basically why when you are shooting from the Hurricane or Spitfire or Mustang, for example, you are hitting the left and the right wing, for example, not the middle where you are aiming. But for example, aircraft like Messerschmitt 110 or P-38 Lightning, where your machine guns and your guns are in front, in the middle section of the aircraft, and they fly like straight, you are okay with that, and you can be very devastating, just because all your firepower is concentrated into one spot from the get-go, so you can aim pretty well. I think that we already crossed the German borders. Currently we are somewhere in the German airspace. There are these bombers below us. We are currently flying on 127, 133 is the bombers knots. 15,000 feet, so not so high. I would expect to fly higher. The weather is pretty okay. It's not so cloudy. I was expecting to be more clouds over the target. And I don't know whether this game offered something like that. For example, there is a cloudy weather over Germany, over the target, and nice sunshine over the British Islands, or the opposite. For example, you take off during the rain in the England, and there is a nice weather over the target, for example. I don't know whether this is like simulated here, or it's the same weather all across the Europe, basically. Probably the second option is valid for this game, just because these textures are pretty much the same. Also, the cloud layer texture is also the same. There is no change. Over the sea, for example, should be different weather than over the land somewhere in the middle of the Europe. Still no signs of the enemies. In reality, I would expect that we will be already in flak, for example. The flak will be flying all around us and shooting all around us, and also some fighters will be already in the air. So and by the way, I would like to mention something. I do not want to take politics on my channel, but how to say it? To be honest, I'm from Slovakia, which is a Central Europe, and ex-Warsaw Pact, ex-communist era in our country. And the people in our country are somehow like polarized to the west and to the east nowadays. After the revolution, where we ended the communist era, all of them were like more oriented to the west, and after the 30 years of our freedom, it looks like people tend to look more to the east. I don't know why this is happening. Basically, some people say that we should be thankful to the Russia that and to the Soviet Union that we were liberated from the Germany. But to be honest, if you look at the history, basically the Second World War has been started by the Germany and the Soviet Union on the same time. There was a pact between the Germany and the Soviet Union back then, and basically for the first 2 years of the war they were like allies. The Soviet Union was training the German troops and German pilots, for example, even before the war, and they were offering Germany some resources, for example some iron, some coal, some aluminium, for example, as well, and Germany was paying for it to the Soviet Union. Therefore the Soviet Union was helping the Germany in the first two years of the war to fight against British, for example, against France, against other countries, to occupy them. And it's not enough just to say this. Basically the Soviet Union then occupied not just the Poland, but they started to occupy the Baltic countries like the Latvia, Estonia and Lithuania. Then they occupied also the part of the Finland as well. They were attacking the Japan on the other side, not the Japan, sorry, China, the Manchuria. So basically it was very like aggressive country back then in the early stages of the Second World War. Although for Russia it is like a big patriotic war, and they say that it started in 1941, but that's the other history. They do not think about the first 2 years that they were on the they were allied with the Germany, and basically I don't know how the war will end if there was like no US which declared war to Germany and was really helping to Royal Air Force, to England. It was a huge help from their side, and not just to England but also to Soviet Union. They were like supplying a lot of stuff to Soviet Union. It was the fuel, it was some kind of metals, for example, the aluminium, also the uniforms for the soldiers, the boots, for example, the food, bullets, weapons, tanks, jeeps, trucks, howitzers, some guns, for example, shells. Really all what was needed was supplied from the United States, and it wasn't just a small amount. It was like amount double the French army. So basically they sent 2 French armies, or supplies for 2 French armies to the Soviet Union, and the Soviet Union paid just 1/10 of this material and didn't pay for the rest. So basically this was the huge help from the US to the Soviet Union back then. The other thing was that when the US opened the second front in Normandy, when they did the D-Day in Normandy, and they opened the Western Front and were closing to the German borders, it also helps the Soviet Union to move faster to also liberate faster other countries. Also the bombing of the German industry was a quite significant and very nice help to weaken up the German industry, for example, which also resulted in the less casualties on the eastern front, of the lower casualties of the Russian soldiers, for example. And they do not want to say this. They do not want to thank enough for the US involvement in this Second World War. They should leave the Europe on its fate. Hey, it's still behind the Atlantic Ocean, so do what you want there. It's we don't want to mess with you. It's up to you. We don't care how you feel in the war. How are you there? But they really helped us a lot. And people in my country still somehow thinks that this help was not enough from the US, and it was the Soviet Union which liberated us. But to be honest, I've read a lot of books about this, about the Second World War, and basically many German soldiers were just running from the east to the west to be captured by the US and the British and the French and the Canadian soldiers, not to be captured by the Russians. You know the reasons why not. So it also helped a lot Soviet Union to move faster forward, just because there was no resistance. Not all of them, but the, let's say, many soldiers and divisions and so on just simply moved to the west to be captured on the, especially in these like late weeks and days of the war, so they can be captured by the US soldiers instead of Russian soldiers. That's the reality. So that also helped a lot to Soviet Union. And for example, the Czechoslovakia should be liberated many days earlier than it was in reality. The US army was already in Pilsen, so the Pilsen has been liberated by the US army, and it is just, I don't know, 120 kilometers away from Prague. But they were like instructed to wait there, not to move to the east and wait for the Russian army to liberate the Prague. So basically they were waiting for, I don't know, 4 days in Pilsen until the Prague is liberated by the Soviet Union. So that's also a thing to mention. But enough to the politics. I do not want to bring it here. But I just wanted to say basically thank you to all that US effort, to all that US soldiers which were somehow involved in the war in Europe, basically from the beginning. Okay, we have to be somewhere close to the target. It's being a pretty long flight. I would rather see some 16 times acceleration, or maybe 32 times acceleration, to be honest. Let me ask the ground control about the ground target.
Vector 090.
Okay, just the vector, not the distance. So I still do not know how far is the Berlin from my position now on. I hope it's not so far. I'm not sure whether there are more clouds currently than before. Looks like so, but might be just this part of the, I don't know, the texture is more cloudy than than in the other parts. Okay, now it's clear already, so it's just cloud there and here. There is some big city below us. We are still in 15,000 feet. Same speed, same altitude. No signs of enemies, no flak whatsoever, so basically this is very calm flight. Göring, the general in the, not the general, he was the, how to say it, the commander of the Luftwaffe. He was telling to Hitler that there will be no airstrike, no Allied aircrafts bombing the Berlin whatsoever. He was telling that the Luftwaffe doesn't allow to Allied aircraft to bomb the Berlin, but unfortunately this was not true. Unfortunately for the Germany, there were like many raids over the Berlin. It first started with the Royal Air Force bombing the Berlin as a reaction to the bombing of the London. So basically it was the first time when the war started. The Luftwaffe was concentrated or focused on bombing of some like military targets, like the factories, some train depots, I don't know, some harbors, for example. But there was a raid one day. There was a raid. I don't know whether the Hitler got upset somehow or something like that. And one day they start bombing the London with the phosphor bomb, for example, which is firing even after under the water, for example. So if you got hit by the phosphorus, it simply melts into your skin deep inside, and even if you jump to the water, it's still burning under the water. You are unable to extinguish it out. You have to wait until the phosphorus is completely like burnt out. So it's causing like very deep burns, deep injuries. It's very like dangerous stuff if you got hit by the phosphorus, the white one. So the Luftwaffe used such phosphorus bombs. They used some incendiary bombs and some explosive bomb as well. So that was the first time when some civilian object, some city was bombed, and after this raid, the Royal Air Force decided to bomb the Berlin. So that was also, I don't know what was the how many days after the bombing of the London was the Berlin like bombed also as a reaction to this raid to London. And after this raid over the London, over the Berlin, for example, the Germans somehow got mad and they start to bomb like other UK cities without hesitation, without any problems. So basically, many cities in the England got hit, got burned by the Luftwaffe. So the time acceleration has stopped now already. Seems like there might be.
Watch out for enemy fighters. Let's get them.
Okay, seems like there are some enemy fighters. I saw them in the distance already. So let's turn off the autopilot. Let's climb a little bit, so I don't collide into the allies. 5, 8, and 8 or 6. I don't know. 4. Okay, 12 enemy fighters here. So let's start. Oh, it's Focke-Wulfs. Looks like Focke-Wulfs, definitely. And okay, I forgot to release my external fuel tanks just to be faster. So the paper is falling to the Germany currently. Look how they are fast. Like the Focke-Wulf was really a top-notch aircraft of the Luftwaffe. It really was a great fighter, very powerful BMW engine, and some 20 or 30 millimeter gun pods or cannons, not gun pods, cannons, and 30 millimeter machine guns in the, how is it called, over the, in the middle, over the engine. Engine cowling, maybe, I don't know, something like that. Seems like my allies are still flying with the external fuel tanks. Interesting.
Ceasefire, shooting at friendly. Nice shot.
Nice. I'm not aware that I hit the friendly. I was really
Approaching our target. 10 minutes out.
curious not
Over.
to hit friendly, but I was just behind him. Maybe that's just the like automatic message when you are behind the enemy and firing somewhere close. But I
Point 4. Roger, we're dropping tanks.
definitely didn't hit the allied unit there. Oh, there is a Messerschmitt below me, so why not to attack him?
Scratch one bandit. Good kill, good kill.
Amazing. Hope he's going down. Another one going down. Let's focus on this one. He's pretty fast. The Focke-Wulf actually was really more dangerous than the 109. This is also Focke-Wulf, for sure. Has very like short nose. You can always see it, but the short nose from the wing to the nose, it's very short range. Just because it's the radial engine.
Good kill, good kill.
I'm very successful. I'm surprised. I didn't expect such a good performance, but hey, I'm a Mustang, you know. That's the reason. Amazing pilot in an amazing aircraft, so what else you would expect? Okay, some few more bandits. This is Allied. This is Mustang. Let me check this aircraft on the right side, which is flying very close to me. Looks like Allied aircraft. We definitely have some losses in the B-26 formation, for sure. These Focke-Wulfs must be really devastating against the bombers. Okay, he has already Mustang behind his tail, so let's focus on this one. That's amazing to fly on 290 knots. It's so perfect. Looks like we didn't lost none of the B-26 so far. Looks like all of them are in formation, just one is smoking, one is damaged, but looks like still the formation is full. Okay, this one is mine. No, it's not mine. I have some...
Ceasefire, shooting at friendly.
Oh, I almost hit him. Ceasefire, shooting at friendly, and he was like, how should I see him? He was behind me and just flew in front of me. Look at the firepower of the bombers. It's amazing. So another Focke-Wulf is smoking, is going down very soon. These are friendlies, okay. So there's only this one Focke-Wulf. He's going down for sure already. There is another Mustang behind him. Okay, he's going down. Nice shot. And looks like there are no other... Okay, that's enemy behind me. Oil temperature high, so let's... Is he going for me or not? Doesn't look like so, so let's fly behind him. But I have to slightly cool down my engine. The Rolls-Royce engine is hot, too hot. It's very hot engine. Oh, two Focke-Wulfs. But they are going to attack those that bombers, definitely. There should be another one behind him. Yeah, that's him. He's burning already, or smoking just. This looks like another Focke-Wulf. No, it's friendly, okay. So let's focus on this guy here. He's very fast just because he's reducing his altitude, but I'm reducing the distance. Although he's faster just because I'm inside his turning radius. So let's close to him. It was the third time when I collided into friendly unit, and it wasn't like collision. So somehow I'm not like materialized when colliding into enemy fighters, not enemy, allied fighters. Okay, I'm probably close enough to him already. I'm still faster than he is, so let's... I do not want to start the fire yet. I do not want to fear him, but okay, it's time already. Just few bullets hit him.
Scratch one bandit.
Okay, he's down. Oh, such an explosion. .100 knots. Unable to lock any enemies, basically. I can see just the bombers in the distance and no signs of enemies. There are like 4 Mustangs behind the formation, 5th from the left side, 6 on the left side. I'm here and the other Mustang is here as well. So basically looks like 8 Mustangs are still here. I don't know the ammo capacity of the others, how much do they have remaining ammo, but okay, he's at home. He's in some Berlin Street currently. This looks like Berlin, definitely. Okay, that's the LI which shot down this Focke-Wulf. So the mission looks pretty good so far. Pretty okay-ish. I was able to shoot down some enemies, especially in the early stages of this battle. But in the later parts, my allies were more successful than I was. What a beautiful view. So there is a friend behind me. That's so amazing, so cool. The whole Mustang is very hot machine. Such beautiful aircraft.
Foxhole flight. Commencing bombing run now.
Okay, they are starting their bombing run. There are 2 more Mustangs above us, so we are pretty successful. Oil is still somehow hot, but I can use my full power if I need, but
Bombs away.
not for a long time. Let's activate
Good
the
job, everyone.
autopilot. Look the bombers.
Mission accomplished. Good show. Over. Copy that, Colgate Control.
So they drop the bombs,
everybody.
and there is the factory in the middle. Should be some aircraft factory, which is being attacked right now. Let me turn. I should change the view for the mouse. This is very uncomfortable, these jumps. Okay, there are the explosions on the ground, and the factory is destroyed like completely, and some flak appeared. So the B-26 were successful. Now we just need to return to our base, and that's the mission. That's all. Okay, let's set some time acceleration, just because this this flight will be very long again. Looks like a lot of Mustangs. I don't know how many of us took off from the England. I wasn't expecting so many Mustangs being here. So that's nice, really nice to see such power here. Okay, we are again trying to get into some formation with our allies. It's always very complicated for the autopilot to adjust the speed and the distance correctly. Some of the Mustangs are already in the formation, but okay, they are nicely lined there, most of them. I see now the AI is trying to, the autopilot is trying to align with this single Mustang, which might be my leader, and he's not trying to align with the whole group, but just this one Mustang. Let's hope he will be successful. It's always taking some time to the autopilot just to line perfectly. Okay, looks like I'm in the formation already. My speed is dropping down. Okay, the whole formation is turning. together with the bombers, hopefully. Or maybe we are just so fast, like we are at 200, the bombers are at 160 knots, therefore we are doing circles behind them. We are faster than they are. So it was a nice trip over Germany. Nice views here. They have like pretty nice weather here. The raid was successful. We did destroy the target, and looks like all of the B-26 will return home, and looks like maybe all of the P-51 will also return home. So this is very successful. We were being attacked by 12 Focke-Wulfs, and looks like none of them will return, so maybe some of them escaped, I don't know. Now let's fly back home for another 45 minutes. I don't think that anything interesting will happen, so basically maybe you can fast forward this video to the very end, just to see the landing and some debriefing at the end, and some medals for sure, just for the raid over the Berlin. It will be really interesting when some of the fighters will attack us on the way there, and some of them on the way back, like other Jagdgruppe will take off on the way back and try to stop us from getting back home. So that will be pretty realistic. Usually during the Second World War there were like for example, when the enemy formation, when the Allied formation was in the flag, for example, the Luftwaffe fighters were waiting somewhere close. They weren't flying into the like own flag. They were always just flying somewhere above the formation, waiting for the moment to attack them. And when they were like out of the flag, then the fighters attacked them. So basically it was once it was flag, once it was fighters, and when the flag appeared again from the ground, for example, when the formation was flying over some city or some factory, something where the flag was located, and the flag started to fire, the German fighters disappeared. They do not fly into own flag just because it was too dangerous for them. The shrapnels were flying like everywhere, and it was very risky to stay in the flag. So basically they left the Allied bombers alone, they left the escort fighters alone, they just disappeared by the dive flight to the ground, and then they climb again and wait somewhere else for the bombers. I really love how the Mustang flies in this simulator. The flight model is really like sensitive and like is very responsible or responsive for your inputs. It's very nimble and agile aircraft, this Mustang. And the engine is simply amazing, like really powerful. It was even the historians or the, I don't know, some aircraft historians said that it was the best combination of the fuselage of the aircraft and the airframe and the engine in the history. So they said it was like a perfect wedding, like perfect couple, the fuselage and the engine. Also, the aerodynamic solution, or the aerodynamic shape of the Mustang was almost perfect. That was the reason why he was so successful in shooting down the German fighters. And especially the D variant, the later variant with 650 cal in wings. It simply has better firepower than the B variant. As I told in one of my previous videos, the Mustang was intended to be the fighter for the Royal Air Force, primarily. It was developed just for the Royal Air Force, but when the US saw its performance and how it goes, then they decided to also introduce these Mustangs for the US Air Force. Initially, it wasn't intended to be for the US Air Force, but due to its performance, it was like adopted also by the US Air Force. Originally, the Royal Air Force was asking for the license build, or allowing to license build the P-40 Warhawk or Kitty Hawk or Tomahawk, the B variant Tomahawk. I don't know which of them, the P-40B or C or A or maybe D, I don't know. And it was not the Northrop, it was the North Aviation or something like that. Some company offered to Royal Air Force that they will build a new aircraft for them instead of such P-40, which was already an old aircraft and not able to do some significant upgrades. And that's how the Mustang got born. So it was a completely new aircraft designed to be used in the Royal Air Force. Initially equipped with the Allison engine from the United States, but due to its poor performance, the Royal Air Force was trying to equip it with their Rolls-Royce Merlin engine, and it was the best combination for the Mustang. Very durable, very powerful engine. According to the sun, oh, I don't know the clock, definitely. Let me check what time is it currently. Oh, there are some stars already, so it's really late evening. Where is the clock? It's here. Will be 5:30. So basically, according to the position of the sun, you can say that you are flying to the west. The sun is going to be set. It's getting darker and darker here, basically. I can see the difference when I started this flight. It was more light here, and currently the sun is much lower on the horizon, and the light is really going to be reduced very soon. You can see also the color change to the like red tones. It's pretty amazing just to see how the game changes, how the environment changes to the clock. I'm really amazed. Didn't notice this before. You can see this just in or only in these long flights. It's really amazing how the sun position changes the overall atmosphere of this game. And when you fly with your sun behind you, there is a moon, by the way. So when you fly with your sun behind you, you can see that the tones are like normal. But if you fly directly to the sun, it's red. It's amazing. Like, just imagine that this game is like from 1998, and look how it looks. Just watch how it looks amazing. So beautiful. There is the moon behind me. That is cool. Such nice mood here. It's so romantic. I just wish to have some candles in the cockpit now and some cozy music, maybe some fireplace. It would be amazing. There is an aircraft in front of us which is smoking. Let me check it. Okay, is this P-26? It's in front of us already. Okay, looks like so. So where is the rest of the group? Are they in front of him or behind him, or where are they? He is flying at 173 knots currently, and this is the rest of the formation. And I do not see the smoke trail behind that one aircraft anywhere, so I'm really interested where we are and where is this aircraft flying. So let me put an outside view. So there is that injured B-26 below us, flying low and slow, 14,000 only. And where is the rest of the group? I don't know. I'm unable to lock the group, like the formation of the bombers. Maybe I'll ask the ground control about the position of the bombers. I'm a little bit confused now. Looks like we are escorting this injured body, but where is the rest of the bomber group? I don't know. It's always to keep an eye on your damaged friends, but not to leave the wall formation alone. I'm not sure about this game whether there will be some other attack or not anymore, so maybe they are safe. Okay, let me ask the ground control about the friendly bombers.
Colgate Control, Foxhole Flight 5 miles, heading west, Vector 090, Angels 15, over. Copy that, Colgate Control.
Okay, 5 miles.
090.
5 miles, Vector 090, it's definitely this injured guy behind us. And I do not see the formation. The light is really significantly lower than before. It's getting worse minute after minute. I think we will be landing during the complete dark. It will be very interesting because I've never seen a night mission here. I don't know whether I will be able just to see the airfield and land on it. It will be like really interesting just to see how this goes. Okay, let's use the time compression. Maybe we will close to the allied group, or they are behind us, all of them, and we will do another circle and we'll fly over them. I don't know, we'll see. Okay, we are accelerating faster than the rest of the group, so we are going to do another circle. And after we do the complete circle back to the sun, I will check the external views again just to see the formation of the bombers. Okay, that's it. Let's level up. Let's see the outside. Nothing behind us, nothing below us, just these fighters around me, nothing else here. Okay, I hope everything's okay. I will stay in the formation with my buddies, definitely. Don't want to fly anywhere else. Oh, there is an aircraft in front of us. It's the damaged aircraft. Again, so we are doing circles around him, and no signs of the formation. He is still in 14,000 feet. Let me keep him locked so I see his values. He's still flying pretty fast. He's not like slow guy. He's really trying to keep the 170. The sun will set very soon, and we are somewhere in the middle of the Germany, so this will be really interesting. I'm pretty sure that the autopilot is able to do the instrument flying during the night. It's no problem for him to fly and to land, for sure. The autopilot is able to land in the Mustang, so no big deal for me. If I do not see the runway, I will always be able to switch on the autopilot and just wait for the automatic landing. The Mustang definitely didn't have anything like autopilot. It wasn't able to even switch something which will fly straight forward. You always have to have like your hands and your legs on the controls. But some bombers, for example, have some kind of autopilot which was even able to navigate on the radio signals, for example. So it was some kind of autopilot already equipped or available for the B-70s or B-24, for example. Maybe some of the smaller bombers like B-25 Mitchell or B-26 Marauder as well, I don't know. I'm really a little bit nervous about the night fly in this game, just because I don't know how to switch on the lights. Let me press the L button. Oh, okay. Cockpit lamp on. So now I see, at least I see the digits. To be sure, okay, there's a horizon, artificial horizon, so I can guess the elevation and the turning rate of my aircraft, so that's okay. There is a variometer to find the climb or the descent rate, so that's also needed when you are going for the instrument flying. and the altimeter is where is the altimeter? I don't see it just because it's not changing. Revolutions per minute, vario, turning, the speed is, where is the speed? I'm at 130, where is the speed? Oh, that is down below, miles per hour. Okay, I can see it. Down left. The vario is down in the middle. Revolutions per minute on the right side. Some gauge above it, I don't know what's that gauge. Maybe I will change some altitude later on just to see where is the altimeter. There is a compass, middle left. And the altimeter is probably left from the compass. There are some slight changes. Looks like there is a number 1 in the middle. Therefore we are like 10,000. It's the 10,000 plus the information on the altimeter, and it's 6.5, and we are currently in 6.5 almost. So it's definitely an altitude. Okay, so we have the speed, we have the altitude, we have the vario, we have the, let's say, turning rate and the horizon. So that's all you need for the flying during the night, and the navigation will be done by the compass in the middle left or the top left corner. It's the like horizontal situation. You can see where you are currently flying. Now we are flying to the west again, so 270 is the heading. You can see the W letter on that gauge. Oil temperature is still the same without any changes. My engine is working correctly. Okay, that's it. Let's see the... Okay, there is the bomber. It's in 11,000 feet already. So he is going down for sure. He is unable to fly on single engine. Let's check his situation. Okay, both his engines are still working, but one of them will be soon overheated. Or maybe he reduced the thrust of the right engine, so he's okay. It might be also such scenario that he significantly reduced the thrust of that damaged engine, and is maintaining the same temperature in it, so therefore no damage can be done. And outside it is completely dark. You can see it, maybe you cannot see it. It's dark there. Let me ask about the bomber formation, where they are. Ground...
Vector 090.
No, ground target, sorry. Friendly bombers, number 2.
This is Colgate Control. Foxhole flight 5 miles. Heading west. Vector 270. Angel 5, over. Copy that, Colgate Control. Vector 270.
Okay, they are in front of us. Heading is the same like I'm flying, so they are in front of us. 5 miles, and the altitude is only 5,000 feet, so that's the injured aircraft. He will soon be crash landing somewhere into the I'm afraid into the sea probably, but I'm unable to lock him, see where he is currently. Maybe from the outside view. No, I do not see him. I hope there won't be any like night fighters in the area now, equipped with the radar, for example, like the Messerschmitt 110. It has some kind of FUG equipment, which was some kind of primitive radar, and he was able to view even in the dark, to see the bombers and attack them. So he was able to find the formation of the bombers during the night, find where they are, and find also what's the distance to them. So he was able to even fire and hit these bombers in a complete dark, just because of the radar on the aircraft. So that was a huge step forward in the aviation history, to use some kind of airborne radars on the aircraft. So it was the Messerschmitt 110, equipped then some Junkers 88, for example, those light bombers. They were also changed and rebuilt to be like night fighters, Nachtjägers, basically. So, and they were pretty successful during these night attacks. And in later years of the war, also some Messerschmitts 262 Schwalbe were equipped with the radar. So also they were pretty useful against the bombers flying during the night. On the other side, in the Royal Air Force, for example, the Bo fighter was also a night fighter equipped with the radar. So that's one case. And the fiery Fulmar was also equipped with the radar and was able to find out some German bombers and shoot at them. I'm not sure about the American fighters. I don't know whether they were equipped in the Second World War with the radar, but definitely after the war, in the Korean War, they were like equipped with the radars. For example, the twin Mustang, which was like two Mustangs glued together with the wings, and in the middle part of the wing there was a radar, for example. It was named like P-52 or P-102, something like that. You can easily find it. The Germans did the same with the 109. So basically, there is also a variant, Z variant of the Bf 109 with two aircrafts glued together with the wings. The other thing when the aircrafts were glued together was the Mistral project in the Germany. It was designed to be used against some point targets, like the ships, for example, or the bridges, something like that, maybe railway bridges, and it was some kind of bombing or bomber aircraft, for example, Heinkel 111, Junkers 88, or I don't know, Dornier 17, for example, full of bombs in the early stages, like the bomb bay was full of bombs, and there was a special crane or a construction on the back of the aircraft, and there was a lead fighter mounted on top of this bomber on this construction, and the pilot was just in the fighter. He flew such like combination of the bomber and the fighter. It was called Mistel, M-I-S-T-E-L, and he was like trying to target the ground target, a ship, for example, a big ship, some battleship, for example, and then he like uncoupled with the bomber. He flew away, and he blocked the controls of the bombers, so the bombers was still like flying continuously the same direction, and was able to hit the ground target. They were testing such solution. It was pretty effective when they tested it, but in reality, when there was some ground fire, some other like factors, some fighters around this, it wasn't so successful. There were like some successes with this combination, but it wasn't like it was expected from it, let's say it that way. So it was underperforming in the reality. In the later stages, also the bomber was not like normal bomber. The tip of the bomber was changed from the cabin. There was like no cabin, no cockpit for the crew, just the shaped charge, for example. Just imagine the RPG-7, for example, the shaped charge in front of the RPG-7 rocket, multiply it by, I don't know, 100 and put it on the bomber front. So that's how the Junkers 88, for example, looked like. It was just a big shaped charge used against the bunkers, bridges, or the ships. So there was a fuse in the tip, and that's it. So that is how it worked. Basically, the pilot jumped into the cockpit of the fighter. It was either 109 or Focke-Wulf 190. He started all three engines. He controlled both of the aircrafts, like the ailerons, elevators, rudder, so on. So he was able to control all of this. It was connected somehow with the cable. He was able to control also the engines of both of these aircrafts, and then he just blocked the controls of the bomber aircraft. He uncoupled and he flew away, and the bomber just struck the ground target by itself. It was like a kamikaze bomb, something like that. So looks like we are over the England already. Let me switch off the autopilot. I'm gonna let my wingman fly forward to be first, and I'm gonna start descending. Somewhere near must be the airfield. I really want to try to land on it. Vector to home base number 4.
Home base, 5 miles, vector 330. Copy that, Colgate Control, vector 330.
Okay, somewhere close, 5 miles only. So I have to watch carefully. Vector 330. I think I see it here on the, or not, it's not, okay, it's not an airfield. Or maybe it is, I don't know, my gun cross is just pointed there. Oh, there it is, I see it now, okay, slightly to the right. I see the runway, so basically the landing will be possible. I still have some ammo. Okay, let's reduce the speed. Oh, there is a clouds, but it's in such thick or thin layers, so no big deal. I'm gonna fly on 2/3 of the flaps just. That's enough for the landing. Do not want to get too slow. Okay, now let's land. That's our base. Let's check it once again.
This is Colgate Control. Home base, 5 miles ahead. Vector 330. Copy that, Colgate Control. Vector 330.
Okay, that's the base, but the ground control, the minimum range or the distance, what they can say is 5 miles. So basically they are talking about this airfield that this is 5 miles away, but they cannot say like 1 mile or 2 miles. So the minimum distance for them is 5 miles. 5, 10, 15, or maybe 5, 10, 12, 20. I've never heard like 15 in this game. So we are going to land very soon. Let me check the brakes. Okay, engaged. So the wheel brakes are on, gear is down, at least I hope so. And let's land as smoothly as possible. Okay. Let's go away from the runway. Okay guys, that was the flight over the Berlin. So we did airborne somewhere, I don't know what was the takeoff time. I don't remember it, but hey, it is currently almost 8 o'clock in the evening, so basically a dark here. We landed. Let's switch off the engine and let's see the outcome of this mission. So let's jump to the debriefing screen. Okay, I was awarded Air Medal First Bar, so that's I was expecting some award, was just kidding about it, and I was awarded 18 out of 18 assigned B-26 were able to hit the target. 7 enemy aircrafts were shot down out of 12. Basically, I saw 12 enemies attacking us, so 7 of them were being shot down, 3 of them by me, so that's nice. And the target was Berlin, so basically that's the best what you can do, what you can hope, is to fly over the Berlin and destroy some air factory there. So that's amazing. And even if there is a award from it, so that's pretty impressive. That's the award. So Air Medal First Bar, it's this bar here. First Lieutenant Iceman is awarded the Air Medal First Bar, or 1 bar, for meritorious achievement, I don't know, you tell me, achievement while participating in airborne action against the enemy over Berlin on March 13th, 1943 already. So it's March 1943 already. So 1 year more and 2 months and the war will be over. So just 14 months and the war will end in May. So that's great already. The 8th of May was the end of the Second World War, at least in Europe. It's when we celebrate it, and of course in the September it ended like completely, even with the Japan capitulation. Let's see the logbook. So that's it. 3 kills, exceptional result. Basically all of these missions are exceptional. That's amazing. Promotion to 2nd Lieutenant, 1st Lieutenant, and now received Air Medal First Bar. So that's nice. Guys, thank you for watching this video. I'm now heading for, by the way, it is day outside still, so It's not so dark as you can see. There is an American flag that's interesting. So this is completely like American base in the England or in the UK. A jeep, aircrafts are flying here. Someone opened the door just now. I can hear it from the left side. That's nice how this room looks like. Okay guys, again thank you for 200 subscribers. I'm really thankful for this. I appreciate it. This video was just for you. I'm really happy to see all of you. And as always, have fun, take care, and bye.